It's wide, it's a little unconventional, and yeah, I kind of want one. Samsung is launching two book-style foldables in 2026, but the Galaxy Z Fold 8 is easily the one I choose to carry. And that comes down to one key reason: it looks and feels completely different from anything Samsung has done in the past 7 years of foldables. This design is all about being compact and lightweight, almost passport-like in footprint, but paired with noticeably wider front and inner displays. The result is a foldable that feels purpose-built for consuming content, whether that's video, social media, or reading. What's interesting is that the Fold 8 still inherits several high-end features from the more expensive Fold 8 Ultra that includes flex titanium for reducing the crease, a higher capacity silicon carbon battery, and an anti-glare coating on the display. Of course, hitting the $1,899 price means compromises. You are losing the telephoto lens and there is no flex mode this time around. But even with those trade-offs, I can already see a lot of people gravitating towards this design. Here are my hands-on impressions so far. Samsung is officially launching the Galaxy Z Fold 8 on August 7 with pre-orders opening today, July 22. Pricing starts at $1,899 for the base model with 256GB of storage and 12GB of RAM. If you want more storage, the 512GB version jumps to $2,099 and the 1TB model along with 16GB of RAM comes in at $2,499. The first thing that stood out to me when I picked up the Galaxy Z Fold 8 was just how light it feels. At only 201 grams, this is officially the lightest book-style foldable Samsung has ever made. And that's impressive considering the Fold 7 was already relatively light at 215 grams. Then there is the front display. It's noticeably wider, which immediately makes the phone feel less cramped compared to the previous designs and even compared to the Fold 8 Ultra. When you unfold it, the 7.6-inch main display feels more natural for video and multitasking with reduced black bars that make better use of the screen. Samsung also refined the physical design in subtle but meaningful ways. The side frame now has precision machined grooves that make opening the device easier and more comfortable. And if you have always been bothered by the crease, this is one of the biggest improvements. Flex titanium significantly reduces its visibility and feel. Durability-wise, Samsung claims up to 500,000 folds, which is something I actually saw demonstrated ahead of launch in Korea. However, the IP48 rating means you get water resistance but still no real dust protection, which is disappointing, especially for something you might want to use outdoors or at the beach. There are a few other compromises. The 10-megapixel punch-hole camera on the main display is still visible and not particularly elegant, especially if you are hoping for a return to under-display camera tech. There is also no S Pen support, which feels like a missed opportunity given the size of the screen. In terms of dimensions, it's slightly thicker than the Fold 8 Ultra when unfolded, but it never feels bulky. And when it comes to colors, lavender stands out the most alongside graphite cream and an online exclusive pistachio option. It's worth noting Samsung isn't the first to try a white foldable design. Huawei has done something similar, but that device is heavier, thicker, and not available in the US, which makes Samsung's approach more relevant here. The cover display comes in at 5.5 inches, which might sound small on paper, but because of the wider 10:16 aspect ratio, it feels far more usable than previous Fold models. Typing is easier and content feels less compressed. Unfold it and you get a 7.6-inch main display with a 4:3 aspect ratio. This is a much better fit for video compared to the more square layouts we have seen before. You still get black bars, but they are less distracting overall. Rotate the device and that 3:4 layout works really well for browsing websites or reading ebooks. It's a surprisingly versatile screen. One issue I noticed is the keyboard. It still takes up a large portion of the screen, which can interrupt the experience when typing. Brightness is another big upgrade. The Fold 8 reaches up to 3000 nits, making it the brightest display Samsung has put on a phone so far. In fact, during my testing, I had to lower the brightness just to properly capture footage. Samsung also added an anti-glare coating, which should significantly improve outdoor visibility in direct sunlight. One thing missing, though, is the privacy display feature from the S26 Ultra series, which would have been a nice addition for protecting on-screen content in public. Samsung is finally using silicon carbon battery technology in the Fold 8, which allows for higher capacity without increasing size. You are getting a 4800 mAh battery, up from 4400 mAh in the Fold 7 despite the more compact design. Charging speeds have also improved. Wired charging jumps to 45 watt, which should get you to around 69% in 30 minutes. Wireless charging increases to 20 watt as well. However, there is still no built-in magnetic system like MagSafe. You'll need a compatible case for that, which feels like a missed opportunity.